How are you going to get through this lockdown? And how do you want to be known on the other side of it? People are a lot of the time throwing out a lot of different things on social media, on mainstream media, on the papers, on the news. They're talking about how our businesses, how our employers going to be remembered throughout this time. They're talking about how our employees going to be remembered throughout this time. Are business owners going to be ruthless, or are they going to be considerate and understanding and help out as much as they can? Are employees going to be loyal, or are they going to be thinking about only themselves and screwing everybody else over? My whole basis is how are you going to be remembered as a person through all of this? Here's the best way to look at it. Take away employers, take away employees, take away businesses, take away workers and staff. At the end of the day, every single person that's involved in the economy is a person, regardless of what your title is, regardless if you're employed, self-employed, or an employee. Are you going to be someone who is going to help out as much as you can during this time? Are you going to be a person that is positive and resilient and loyal and understanding during this time? Are you going to be someone who is looking for all the positives? Are you going to be someone who is understanding of the negatives and understanding of the current circumstances? And are you going to be someone who is going to look to come out of this thing in a better position and is in the best position that you possibly can? Here is my own viewpoints on this. You guys can take your own viewpoints. This is just my 2 cents. Number one, it is a shitty situation. The lockdown is not great. It's not great for the world. It's not great for the economy. It's not great for employees, employers, businesses, people, so on and so forth. The government has made the decision to do it. As a resident of a country, you have to abide by the laws that the government set out. The government are doing this in the best interests of basically the nation, the people, and trying to minimise the health impact and the impact of deaths and so on that the coronavirus is going to bring. Okay, so you have to accept that. You have to realise and understand you have to accept that. You have to understand that that is the situation and where we currently are, the situation we're currently in. You can make a choice. We all make choices in life, and our choices are the things that put us in the positions where we currently are. You can choose to use the time during lockdown to be productive. You can choose to accept it and exercise and read and do things that you might not have had the time or the availability to do beforehand. You can set out certain goals about how you're going to come back from the lockdown. You can put things into place just now about how you are going to survive and maintain during the lockdown. There is only 2 things when it comes to your economic thinking. Number one, how are you going to survive during this? And how are you going to grow when it's finished? If you are an employee or an employer, how are you going to survive and maintain your current employment status or your current business status? And how are you then going to grow as an employee or an employer at the other side of it? How are you going to grow as a person? You can use this time to develop yourself. You can use this time to increase your own stock, which is something that I discuss all the time. You can increase your knowledge. You can increase your personal development. You can obviously increase your physical development by exercise and fitness. You can increase your brain, the knowledge you have, and the things that you bring to the table. If your stock is sitting at 25% right now, you can increase that to 35%. You can learn from resources online. You can take courses. You can Improve yourself with certain platforms such as YouTube, Google, the internet. Jesus, you've got everything at your fingertips. Books, believe it or not, you can still read. You can still improve by reading. And you can increase your stock so that when things are back to normal, you are in a better position than you were before. The choices we make are simply that, the choices we make. If you decide to eat terribly, to not exercise, to spend your time watching films, series, programs, that is perfectly fine. That is your choice that you make, but then you can't be perplexed and you can't be feeling confused when at the other side of it, when things have opened back up and we are where we are, you can't be confused that you're not in the position that you want to be or your stock has lowered. You can't be confused about that because you did nothing to increase your stock during the time that you were locked down. If you decide to exercise, if you decide to eat well, if you decide to gain knowledge, if you decide to take courses, if you decide to plan out things about how you're going to grow after it and how you're going to maintain what you've got during it, then you're going to be in a better position when the lockdown ends. And again, you shouldn't be confused that you're in a better position, which you probably won't be because you'll say, okay, I understood the circumstances, I accepted the circumstances, and I thought, how can I make myself better during the circumstances? This video and this understanding and this thought process isn't going to be for everybody. 50% of people will say, do you know what? Screw it, I'm not listening to him, I'm just going to take some time out and relax and chill out and do nothing. That's absolutely fine, because that is your choice. That is a choice that you can take as a person. But on the flip side, 50% of people will say, do you know what? Guy's got a point. I can improve, I can raise my stock, and I can make myself ready to progress even more than I did before on the other things, on the other side of things, because my stock will have increased, my knowledge will have increased, my personal development will have increased, and I'm ready to kick ass when it's all said and done. If you are on that side, brilliant, because again, that's the choice you make. And that is where you will be when this is all said and done. How you come out of this thing is really all up to you. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to be someone who says, babies you and pretends that it's not a great circumstance. It's not. It's not fantastic for anybody. But I'm also not going to be the person that bats you down and says, why are you doing so much development during this time? Why are you trying to increase your learning, your growth, your knowledge, your stock during this time? It all comes down to choices. And I know exactly what I'm doing because I want to be better and I want to be in a better position at the other side of it. Life is 90% of what gets handed to you and 10%, 3, 2, 1. Life is 10% of what gets handed to you and 90% of how you deal with it. So if you can deal with things and you can bring things back up on that 90% level, you're only dealing with a 10% of what life throws at you. It's as simple as that. Your choices are the most important things. Make the right choices and be in a better position post-lockdown. How are you going to handle this is all up to you.